goal is to make Meta Horizon Store the destination that unlocks your success by enabling growth and discoverability of your content. My name is Akanksha Shukla, and I work on the Horizon Store Integrity and Operations team. Today, we're going to talk about not only how your applications can get accepted to the store, but also how you can succeed on our platform. We've got lots of tools that we're offering to developers like you to manage and grow your business easily, while enabling consumers to find your content easily on our platform. Before we dive in, let's take a step back into how this all started. Earlier in the MetaQuest journey, we closely steered and managed the store catalog in order to help our developers and consumers. While our goal remained the same, as we've grown, we've opened more opportunities for all of you to bring your content to the ecosystem, like the creation of AppLab. Then, on April 22nd, we announced the launch of the mixed open store reality ecosystem, the Meta Horizon Store. This Meta Horizon Store removes all the barriers between AppLab and store. What that means is any developer who meets the basic technical and content requirement can now ship their applications directly onto the store. This evolution better serves our consumers and developers and makes it easier for all of you to gain exposure, succeed economically, and launch more type of content on our platform, including 2D, spatial apps, and hybrid apps. Let's take a look at how the store looks like today. We have a variety of shelves for consumers to find the content that you bring to our platform. These shelves include top lists, recommended content that is personalized for our users, browse all views, and curated content. All of your VR and MR titles and Horizon Worlds feature on these shelves. Now let's talk about getting accepted to the store. When a user comes onto our platform and opens an application that you bring to the store, they expect all of these apps to run well, for inputs to be uniform, for safety and security standards to be met, their data to be protected and secure, and a lot more. In order to aid all of this and to help all of you build high quality and safe applications, we have developed virtual reality checks, VRCs, developer guidelines, and content policies. So when you publish your applications on your store or when you submit your apps, we ask you to meet all our policy requirements and meet all our required VRCs, and whenever possible, meet and exceed our recommended VRCs as well. In order to uphold this high standard of quality and integrity on our platform, we review every single application that is submitted. Our review process is divided into two parts: technical checks and metadata checks. In the technical review process, we review the build of your application against all our developer policies, content guidelines, and technical VRCs, such as performance, security, privacy, and a lot more. As an example, we require all applications to maintain a frame rate of at least 60 frames per second. We also require all applications to have a valid privacy policy that clearly calls out data collection, data usage, and data deletion procedures for our users. So in order to avoid any last-minute fixes, we highly recommend that you familiarize yourself with all the requirements well in advance and test your applications before you submit them to the store. Some common pitfalls to be mindful of are performance failures. Applications don't tend to meet the 60 frames per second requirement. So we have a tool called the OVR metrics tool. It's available in the MetaQuest Developer Hub. Use that tool to test your applications to see if your apps are meeting the performance requirements. Another common pitfall is privacy policy failures. We have lots of resources, training material, videos, documentation available on our Developer Hub. Review those details to understand our privacy policy requirements. Now, in order to ensure your apps that you bring to our platform represent themselves well, we review the metadata of your applications against all of our metadata VRCs. So when you're adding assets, app details, trailers, images, cover art, make sure that the content is compelling, but also make sure it is the accurate representation of your application and in-app content. And when you're adding those keywords, make sure they represent your app as well. Now, before you're ready to submit your applications, consider early access. Early access is a new path for your applications to launch in the store, to let your players try your apps early on. These early access apps show up on the Meta Horizon store like any other fully released apps, making it easier for your consumers to find pre-release content early and easy. We add a badge on the product details page of your application, signaling to consumers that your application is still in development, but now is a great time for them to test this app and provide feedback. And when you are ready to release a full version of your application, just remove the early access badge, and your app will be like any other app on the floor, on the store. All the reviews that you receive during the early access phase remain with your application, but we do indicate to users that these are the reviews that you received when the app was still in development. So they understand and they know that it was when your app was in early access. This feature is made available to all developers who are currently in development phase or haven't yet submitted an app, meaning if the app is not yet live on the platform, you can use this feature. Make the best of this feature to manage your user expectations, to conduct market testing, and to gather a lot of the feedback that you want to collect at the time of development. This is a great feature to ensure a high-quality product on release. Once you're on the platform, there's a lot you can do to grow and succeed on this platform. Let's cover some best practices. While we ask you to meet our required VRCs, we highly recommend that you meet or exceed our recommended VRCs as well. Apps that exceed VRCs may gain improved discoverability on the store. So when you submit those app updates, make sure they're still meeting the VRC requirements, meeting all our policy requirements, because we may re-review your applications again, and we certainly do daily automated checks on the validity of your privacy policy. An open ecosystem means a lot of content. And when we have a lot of content, consumers have a lot to browse and explore on our platform. It is most critical than ever for all of you to put your best foot forward to ensure discoverability and searchability of your content. Now, how can you do this? First, add high-quality assets. This includes your screenshots, your cover art, your trailers, all the images, all the app details that you add into your product details page. Your product details page is the first impression a consumer has about your application. Make sure it's the best impression. Second, take time to go through your genre and subgenre to select the appropriate category. Think of the category your consumers are going to pick when they are looking for an application like yours. And finally, make sure you're updating comfort ratings and you're adding relevant keywords that distinguishes your application from a lot of other similar applications on the store. And jumping on to something a little more subjective is your user experience. This includes understanding your consumers, setting the right expectations with them, and making sure you're representing your apps in the most authentic way. Your user base will keep evolving, and it's important that you adapt to this evolving user base. So strategies that worked for you maybe a year ago may not work today. So continue to evaluate the assets you use to represent your app. Think about the images that best represent your brand and best engage with your audience. What kind of story do you want to tell about your application? What kind of details do you want to include in your product details page? What draws you to an application when you open the store? Are you missing screenshots? Do you have high-quality trailers? Do you have high-quality images? Curating all these details require a lot of time and effort, but is essential for building a strong and large audience. Now that I've covered a lot about the what you should be doing, let's talk about how you can do it. We provide a lot of tools and resources to all of you throughout your journey, all the way from build to pre-launch to post-launch, to help you succeed on this platform. I am now going to hand it over to Mansi, who's going to talk about all the tools we have for you to succeed on the platform. Over to you, Mansi.
Thanks, Akansha. Hi, I'm Mansi. I'm the product manager for the Meta Horizon store. Our team is dedicated to ensuring you can easily build and manage your success on our store, while also ensuring that consumers can easily find content they love that keeps bringing them back to our ecosystem. So, like Akansha said, I'm going to talk about tools that you can leverage from build to post-launch. Starting with pre-launch, we have tools that you can leverage to start building interest before your app even goes live, specifically our coming soon and pre-order pages. You can configure and optimize your pre-launch so you start engaging users sooner in the store. Coming Soon puts out a product detail page up to 180 days before your app goes live, so you can start building interest. Pre-orders, you can put live 90 days before, and that allows users to start actually pre-purchasing your app so that it's directly in their library once you go live. To further optimize these pages, explore A/B testing so that you can make sure when you launch, your app has the most engaging assets on PDP, and you're really putting your best foot forward. Our pre-launch tools help you advertise and drive pre-orders for your upcoming app so you really hit the ground running from day one. In order to further optimize your reach and convert more users, we recommend you give users a glimpse via immersive 360 previews. Consumers can actually see your app and experience it directly from the product detail page without having to download or purchase. Make sure you choose somewhere unique in your app so you really can bring the experience to life, and keep your assets consistent and put in branding that best represents your app. You can also optimize this with A/B testing, which you'll see is a theme for today, but you can further optimize your 360 previews and really make sure that you're capturing the best of your app. Check it out. We want to put content in front of users that engages them, gets them to stay in MR longer, and keeps them coming back. To do that, we want to make sure that we capture your app's best qualities and features directly on the product detail page, so you're attracting the right consumer. To make great assets, the best descriptions for your app, you can use A/B testing, which is now available to all developers. You can actually test different and multiple assets at once, like your cover art, videos, descriptions, screenshots, and immersive layers. We want to help you determine the best messaging and visuals to optimize your conversion, and then we offer a full suite of analytics in the developer dashboard. And those analytics actually enable you to view your performance and the impact of the current and previous tests you've run. So we definitely encourage you to start A/B testing today. To set up A/B testing, go into the developer dashboard, and under Growth, you can select Creative A/B Tests. We offer customizable features like the audience split, confidence level, and actually the ability to push live any winning assets directly to your product detail page. You can ensure this way that you get the most value from your test and always keep your content fresh. You can also A/B test your price, which is a great way to understand how consumer demand reacts to different price points. You can assess if conversion is improving with different baseline prices, and we let you do this with a limited audience to minimize any risk. A/B testing on pricing will allow you to understand price boundaries, measure how that increases or decreases your sales, and get a better understanding of your price incrementality. We'll also help you understand how a price change can drive desired impact depending on what it is that you're looking for. And this isn't a requirement, but we do recommend to run A/B tests during sales events because that's a great time to do so for users. Now we'll talk a little bit about monetization models that you can leverage. Additional models you can leverage include add-on content. Add-on content is a great model you can build upon. You can create new levels, cosmetics, characters, or any type of add-on content, really. And it'll enable users to purchase this content that it actually expands and enhances your base user experience. New downloadable content can be added on to IAPs, and you can actually schedule these in advance with our scheduling tool. Creating IAPs actually gives you one more app page in the store, which helps boost your visibility. And when users actually go to your product detail page, they can see it and helps build excitement in terms of all the offerings that actually exist in your app and what more they can do. If your app has a constant cadence of updates, we recommend you consider subscriptions. Subscriptions are a great way to generate recurring revenue, which can help you support your content development, fund any improvements you want to make, or even cover service costs. And it doesn't have to be your preliminary monetization model. You can actually consider how it can be an additional revenue stream. And with subscriptions, we allow you to customize the pricing, the duration period, and even different content combinations. And you can run free trials with subscriptions that then auto-convert to a reoccurring paid subscription at the end of the trial, which will help you boost your conversion as well. Now, we'll talk about how you can actually assess how your app's performing. You can use the Meta platform analytics to assess if your launch was successful and how to adjust marketing strategies. We recommend you evaluate your launch within the first 14 days and track the following: your conversion rate on the PDP, or the product detail page, metrics benchmarking, so you can compare your app's performance to platform averages, funnel and revenue analytics, and user review management, which helps you understand user sentiment and also respond to questions users may be leaving in your reviews. On funnel and revenue analytics, this is a great way to understand how users are progressing through the journey related to your app. So you can see how many users have seen your app, the impressions, how many users then click on your app, the clicks into the product detail page, and how many users actually add it to their library, conversions. You can filter this data by source, by date. So go check out funnel analytics in the API page of the developer dashboard. We want to make sure we offer you the top priority analytics dashboards so you can continuously use these to review data throughout your app lifecycle and support your app health. We also offer VR app alerting, which enables you to subscribe for email alerts to all metrics available on the overview page. Analytics help you get a sense of the details on your performance, specifically by looking at things like installs, active users, revenue, time spent, frame rates, ratings, and more. The top priority things we recommend you look at within our analytics suite include the funnel dash, crash rate, the revenue dash, user engagement, and performance. You can gauge your app's performance in the store with benchmark metrics, which we just launched. It's a new tool for all store apps. It can be found in the Analytics tab in the developer dashboard, and it's a great way to gauge how your app is performing relative to the benchmark or averages in the store. And at the same time, it'll give you a sense as you're changing things and testing how that is improving or impacting your discoverability and adoption from the store. We offer benchmark metrics for sales revenue, unique conversions within the funnel, average time spent per user, crash analytics, and we recommend you build a baseline of data before you really start to dig in. 4 weeks is the optimal time period to establish that baseline. And once you have that, you can really start to see the impact of events that you have within the app, such as feature releases, updates, any notifications or emails that you may be pushing out, or comms in general. Now we'll talk about payout and earnings. We have the Payout Hub for that. You can find that under Organization in the developer dashboard. And the Payout Hub really gives you an easy way to aggregate your monthly earnings as well as forecast next month's earnings. So you can access specific payouts and earnings reports, view transaction IDs, and address any payment failures. We provide payout data for apps, add-ons, and subscription per app. And if you encounter any payment failures, this is also where you can update your banking info in the payment info section. We're really excited about this journey for the new and open Meta Horizon store. And as we evolve, our goal still stays the same. We want to provide you with the tools you need to succeed and put great content in front of our consumers that keeps them excited and coming back to the Meta Horizon store. We want to make sure that these tools are available to all developers and hope that you will leverage them to really build success in the store. We appreciate your partnership as we build the future together. And we recommend you check out these QR codes to follow up and learn more about A/B testing, how to monetize your content, and metric benchmarks and analytics.